If you'd have purchased a camera back in 2005, 2006 timeframe and spent about $1,000, this is the video quality that you would have gotten. Now, I'm born in 1981, so I was fully aware of what was going on back in 96, 97, 2000, 2005. And needless to say, even when I saw footage that came out of some of the best camcorders and video cameras from back in the 2000, 2005 era, even I wasn't impressed. I would see footage that looked like this and I would just, you see, at the time I had just purchased a 2007 Honda S2000, and I specifically remember walking into Best Buy and seeing this exact camera, the Panasonic GH500, and thinking to myself, should I make this purchase? Because I really wanted to capture and document all the good times we used to have back then, spending time rebuilding motors, making pornos, and then I wasn't making pornos, man. That wasn't until 2010. But then we look back at cameras like this and we just look at the quality and just basically cringe. This is back when the Canon 5D Mark II had just come out. It was able to record in 720, interchangeable high quality photography lenses, shallow depths of field, better low light capabilities. It was really the start of the DSLR video shooter era. By the way, welcome to my latest video where we're going to be talking about why I think cameras have reached an all-time plateau. If talking about cameras interests you, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like these. Now we can fast forward to a time where everyone is shooting on pocket cinema cameras, basically your cell phone. This cell phone reproduces far better imagery than anything I could remember besides film from back in 2005. I can literally just take out my cell phone, put it up on a mini tripod like it is right now, hit record, 4K quality, 10-bit 422. This is ridiculous. So one might be thinking, why would somebody even contemplate shooting on this dinosaur? 3CCD Panasonic GS500 or that of the likes, whatever other mini DVD or VHS-C or high A, that's all shitty quality, right? But why even fuck with these to begin with, man?
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice.
Like I said, man, I'm a bit of an old head. I'm 42. I'm not ancient, but I'm also not 22. You feel what I'm saying? So I specifically remember what it was like to be able to consume media back in late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, where if there was that special song that you wanted to play back time and time again, just kind of on your own and not wait for it to come on the radio, you had to take a small little tape player that recorded just area sounds, place it up against the speaker, hit record when your song came on. That means you had to just be listening to the radio all day or whatever. When the song finally did come on, you were just basically crossing your fingers and just hoping the DJ didn't step all over the song, only play 3/4 of the song. That was Aaliyah rocking the boat by, bro, you're talking over the song that I'm recording. Shut the fuck up. So if the DJ stepped all over the song or only played half the song, you had to wait until he played the song again or go over to another radio station, just hope it was playing on there. Guys, I'm not gonna go into all the different ways we used to consume media back in the early 90s, but it was nothing like it is now. Now, I bring up these topics not to gloat and just basically tell you that I'm the shit because I'm a little bit older than you. That's not what this video is for, at all. I'm just sharing with you that if you didn't grow up during these times, you really have no emotional connection for this time era. So I could definitely see why shooting on these older cameras don't really mean shit to you if you're 25, 30, because you don't remember these cameras at all. Maybe your parents had one and you kind of fooled around with it, but like I said, this is a $1,000 camera back in 2005. If you're 25 now, that means in 2005 you were 7. I ain't giving this to no 7-year-old, you feel what I'm saying? Long story short, people that are my age kind of have a nostalgic, emotional connection to footage that came out of these cameras because the footage just looked so different than anything you see in 2023, 2022, whatever, modern day cameras.
I just wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood.
When talking about camera technology plateauing, I'm not necessarily saying that there's no great cameras coming out and none of the cameras have better features than what the previous models had, but I'm more or less talking about it from a bird's eye perspective. Let's say I was to take a camera that was produced about 10 years ago in relationship to this camera that you're seeing me on now. You take 2006, go back 10 years to 1996, and we're immediately talking about VCR, VHS. Some people were probably still shooting on 8mm film. And if you just take a look at VHS footage and compare it to this camera that you're seeing me on now, there's not really that much of a difference. 3 CCD compared to 1 CCD, it both looks shitty. But how the tables turn when we talk about going from 2003 to 2013. In 2013, 2014 time era, I could have got an FS7, an FS5, a Canon C300. Blackmagic had started coming out with their cinema lineup of cameras. Canon had well already been in the game when it came to the 5D Mark II. 5D Mark III was coming out. 2014 was a banger year for the DSLR mirrorless time era, and if you were to compare it to the cameras that are coming out now, you couldn't even tell the difference, man. If you're watching a YouTube video right now and I shot it on a C300, but I didn't tell you that I shot on a C300 OG Mark I, I don't think you would tell the difference. I could have easily slapped on Sony A7 S3 on there, Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, and I honestly don't think that you would even bat an eye to it. But this camera that you're seeing me on right now would never pass that test. We're talking standard definition CCD sensor technology. The colors aren't even represented accurately. We're talking about mini DV. I'm recording this to tape right now. The maximum amount of megabits per second for tape, I believe, is like 3, maybe 6. If you were to get a DVD recorder, you top out at 9 megabits per second. We're talking about a dynamic range of 3 to 4 stops versus a Canon C300 Mark I, 12 stops of dynamic range. Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, 13 stops of dynamic range. FS7, 13 stops. Like, come on, man. This is not even a comparison. I think as soon as cameras started to reach that 10, 11, 12 stops of dynamic range at 25 to 50 megabits per second, I think you could pretty much stop right there, and you can pretty much tell anybody that you shot it with any camera and they wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. I would be actually up for the challenge to take a C300 Mark II and compare it up to an Alexa 35. And I don't think you would be able to tell the difference. Even if you're a professional cinematographer working in Hollywood, if you put the footage side by side, blind test, I don't think you'd be able to tell the difference. I don't think people like us shoot videos on these cameras because of the image quality, to be honest with you. I already told you back in the day, I thought these cameras looked like shit. And so I'm not shooting on these cameras for the image quality. I'm shooting on it basically because the way that the footage looks reminds me of a certain point in time in my life. Like I said, I was around these cameras all throughout my youth. Mini DV or CCD technology, the way that footage looks is kind of replicated within the TV programs that I used to watch from back in the day. And so every time I see older kind of like mini DV, that old CCD technology from high V8, VHS, VHS-C, I'm constantly reminded of a certain point in time in my life, the friends that I had during that point in time in my life, any difficult challenges or good times that I used to have back during that time in my life. And like I said, man, if you're 25, you really don't have those memories associated with this type of look. So there's really no like true connection to it. Like I said, I'm not saying that older people are better than younger people. I think that I can make the argument that younger people are actually in a better position than older people just because of the fact they're younger and they're gonna live longer than us. We're gonna die before you. So please don't get this twisted as older people are better than younger people. I'm just simply saying that you guys don't have the memories that we used to have from the late 80s, early 90s time frame. You can check out this video up here for any of the suggestions or recommendations I have for you taking full advantage of any one of these older cameras in order to get the absolute best image quality out of them. And always remember to have fun when you're out there shooting videos. If content like this interests you, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video that I put out. Lately, I've been putting out a series of C300 footage for you guys to check out from time to time. And here in the near future, when I get comfortable with some of my personal settings on the C300, I'll be sharing them with you guys on this channel as well. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one.